Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here and you don't know who I am, I'm Lisa from Lifestyle Lisa, so welcome. And if you do know who I am and you've checked me out before, welcome back. Thanks for joining me once again and thanks for sticking around. I do really appreciate it. I'm back today with another Disney inspired vlog. It's one of my favorite things to chat about, clearly. I am Disney obsessed. I have been for many years. I'm not going to bore you with that now because I think I've gone over it in other vlogs before. But yeah, I don't have a Disney trip booked this year. So I thought, well, I don't have a Disney trip booked, but I'm going to have Disney withdrawal symptoms. So I thought I'm just going to like chat about it until maybe my husband gets a hint and then we book one. No, I don't think we will be booking a Disney trip this year. But we will be booking a holiday. So please stay tuned for that. But nothing in the pipeline just yet. We're just going over ideas. Anyways, let's bring it back to today's vlog. If you have checked out my other videos already, thank you so much. I do really appreciate that. You will know that I have been to Disney quite a few times, Florida, and my last couple of vlogs that I have done have just been about other things to do whilst you're in Florida which aren't Disney related, and believe me, there is so much to do. I think I've only just scratched the surface of it, but it is a question I get asked a lot. People do ask me like if I just stick to Disney parks when I'm in Disney or if I do kind of venture out and do other things, and the answer is I always venture out. I love Florida is so big and there's so much to offer, and I just don't want to sound boring and go over it again, but I just think it's so nice to kind of step away from the madness and the manic and the busyness of Disney and just have some chill time, because we all know Disney is just so full on, and it's just so nice to take a break, just take a breather and like not have to worry about lightning lanes and Genie Plus. I do love that. And then it always makes me like really refreshed for the next day when I can go back and like hit it hard, like I say. So do check out that vlog. I do also have another vlog that I've just put up, which is about Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. They are two parks that I kind of do in one day. I know some people break it up and they spend a whole day in each park, but I just wanted to let you guys know that you can do it in one day. So I kind of was just sharing my tips on how I do it and what I like to do. So today, what we're going to chat about? Well, I thought we would chat about dining reservations. Now, dining reservations are really strange. I know that's good. Right, hear me out here. It was very bizarre in 2017 when Luke and I went to Florida, just the two of us. We found that quite awkward, the dining reservations, not because they made us feel awkward. I think it was just the way that we felt, and I know that like not everyone does feel like that, and I totally get it, but I will touch on which restaurants made us feel awkward as I go into it. However, when I go with all my family and there's like a big group, I don't feel awkward at all. Like, it's super nice, it's super cute, and I love it. The good thing about dining reservations is, like, Luke and I, or me and my family, we don't go to the Disney parks and would necessarily queue to do the character greet. If I had to choose between sort of like going on Space Mountain and maybe meeting Mickey Mouse, I would definitely always opt for going on Space Mountain. So to do the character dine-in is a great way for us to kind of get our photos done with as many characters as we can without having to sacrifice like queue times. And that's one of the top reasons why I love to do the character dine-ins. I think it's great. You get to see an array of characters. You also get a little bit more time. I think the interaction's always really good. And sometimes you don't get that in the queues, and I have done the queues. Like, I did the queues when I was you know, a lot younger. You know, my mum made sure that we had our photos done with everybody, which was like super awesome. But as I've got older, I like to kind of utilize my time a little bit better, and I'm definitely all for the rides, as are all my family. Like, we would never queue, and the queue times for the character meet and greets are long, like you guys know that they're really long. So I love the character dining for that simple reason, is you kind of killing two birds with one stone. You're kind of getting to eat and chill, really, and you're also getting to meet the characters. So there are pros and cons. Like I said, when Luke and I went and it was just the two of us in 2017, it was awkward, but I will tell you about that as I touch on the restaurants. So we're going to start in Magic Kingdom. It's the busy park. It's always busy. I don't think Magic Kingdom's ever quiet. But my favorite place to eat, and I do eat here every single time, and that is Crystal Palace. So Crystal Palace is the character dining is with Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, and Piglet. It's a buffet. I'm a buffet girl. Like, honestly, like, I'm so much more for a buffet than I am for a sit-down meal. I just love being able to kind of try different foods, going back up and eating like what I want, really. You can just judge it for yourself, can't you? The food is delicious. Like, I absolutely love the food in Crystal Palace. I always have breakfast here. I've never had lunch. I've never had dinner. So I don't know how much the menu changes, if they have different things out. But when you go for breakfast, the muffins, the Mickey waffles, the Mickey churros, hello, that's like a game changer. Absolutely love it. Delicious. Amazing. Can't fault it at all. The servers are just so lovely when you go there as well. They are. I have never had a server that's not absolutely amazing. Last year it was my sister's birthday. They brought over a cake, a little cupcake. They sang happy birthday. It was just beautiful, and I just rated it so much. It costs about $59.99 to eat here. Buffets are a funny one. I think you either really get your money's worth out of a buffet or you don't. I would always say that I don't. I'm not a big eater. I get full up like super quick. So for me, I only ever I think to myself, like, I really haven't got my money's worth. But you go with somebody that like is really, you know, like loves their food, you know, you're going to get your money's worth from it. However, that still doesn't put me off. I still love going here like every year, and I do really enjoy it. They've got healthy stuff as well. They've got healthy options, you know, like your yogurt, your granola, your cereal, your toast. And then they've also got things that aren't that healthy. And that's fine because you're on vacation. So it really doesn't matter. You don't have to live by the healthy Bible, seriously. There is a lot of choice. I'm a pescatarian. There's so much on offer for me. My sister is like the fussiest eater like ever. And even she never ever like doesn't find something that she likes. So it is a win-win situation with the food, and like I said, you can go out as many times as you want, so absolutely fill yourselves up. I always think that's a great thing to do as well when you are having a buffet, is kind of fill yourself up in the morning, and then you don't have to bother with like lunch and dinner reservations. You can just snack it around the park, right? As for the characters, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore and Piglet, absolutely amazing. The interaction is insane. I love it every single time. Tigger is by far my favorite. He is so much fun. He's really jokey. He's really fun with all the guests, and he does really cool interaction, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it. I love watching him with any guest as well. I always think that he just brings such an array of sunshine. Yeah, it's amazing. But also, so are the other characters, and it's really nice. We have our photo done, and they actually have the signatures already written out now on card. I don't know if you can ask for a signature. I've never tried. So, but the signatures usually are on the table pre-done. But you might be able to get a signature. I don't know. I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying you can't. That's for you guys to find out. But yeah, you spend about 90 minutes in there, and that's for you to get your photo done with every single character. And I have to say that the staff in there, like I said, are amazing, but they always make sure that you have seen every character, and they will kind of like, if they see you get up and start like go to the buffet, they'll sort of say, you know, he's coming round. So yeah, that's really good. They always make sure that everyone has like a fair opportunity, and I just rate it so much, and that's why it always goes on my list. All my family love it there. And when Luke and I went in 2017, it was just the two of us, which is what I keep banging on about. It wasn't awkward. That was one of the places that I didn't find awkward at all. We had like the best time, and I just remember Tigger just being super, super funny, as he is every single time. So I think for me, that is one of my top reservations in Magic Kingdom. So I think it should definitely be on your list too. But don't forget, you have to book all of these in advance. Please do not just turn up. Check on your Disney app and get those booked in, because these reservations are like gold dust and they go really, really fast. Number 2 is Hello Hunter. You're right there. You all right? Good boy. Right, moving on to number 2. I've had to change places a little bit because my camera kept like overheating. Number 2 on my list is going to be Cinderella's Royal Table. Now, this is such an iconic dining reservation, if you like, and it is extremely hard to get hold of as well. But obviously, you get to go in Cinderella's castle. So, I mean, that was like a dream for me. Like, I'd always wanted to do it. So when we got 2 dining reservations, we got breakfast and dinner. I was so excited. Now, I haven't eaten here since 2017. That was the first and last time I had ever eaten here. And I am going to tell you now that as 2 adults with no children, just the 2 of us, it was slightly awkward. I think that's because the interaction is more vocal because of the princesses, which were Cinderella, obviously, Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. We also had Snow White, and we had Ariel. So I think you have to be you're very vocal with them. That's how it goes. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of chat between us. Let's start with breakfast. Breakfast wasn't that difficult. Breakfast wasn't that awkward. I really actually enjoyed it. The food was really lovely. It's about $60. I think it's $60+. But yeah, lots of pastries. It's a sit-down meal, so it is not a buffet, but the menu was quite extensive, and I did really enjoy it. I really rated it. We went back for dinner, and I didn't rate it as much, and I did find it slightly more awkward, and I think that's because I kind of like chatted to the princesses already. I think it was a little bit more awkward for Luke as well, and I did feel a little bit sorry for him. And I didn't like the dinner menu as much as I did the breakfast menu. So maybe I didn't need to go there twice in one day. But you know when you just see the reservation and you just can't help yourself, and Luke and I were just going all out because it was only the 2 of us and we didn't have to worry about like 10 to 12 people in our party. So we're like just going to book it and do it. Slightly do regret that decision now, but happy I've done it. But I don't think I would eat there again. Now I've ticked it off my list. I think I definitely prefer buffets, and I definitely prefer meeting the other characters rather than maybe having like more of a vocal interactive chat with them. Listen, there was so many children there, and you could just see how much they loved it. I think it's every little girl's dream, isn't it, to like meet princesses. And to be fair, you know, I'm always swept up in the Disney bubble, so like literally I do love it myself. I'm not saying that I don't. I did feel more for Luke though on that one, like him trying to have a chat with Cinderella was quite funny, bless him. He does try, and I love him for it. But for us, I wouldn't go back there again, and I wouldn't go back there even if I was with like my family as well. I don't think it's a reservation that's really for us, but give it a go if you've never tried it. But that's just my opinion on it. So the next restaurant that I will talk about that I have eaten in is going to be Our Guest, which again is in Magic Kingdom. It's not really a character dining because you actually don't meet any of the characters, although Beast does come out and do a walk around, which is pretty cool to kind of see him. He's not a character that I see an awful lot. Luke and I did breakfast and dinner here, so let's talk about breakfast first. Breakfast, don't rate it, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it was a good breakfast. The pastries were very nice. It just wasn't, it was just it was overpriced for what we had, and I've definitely, hello, oh, that, you're right in my way. Oh, Hunter, I'm just talking about, I'm talking about Be Our Guest. Do you want to sit down nicely? Want to sit down? There we go. I'm so sorry about that. That's Hunter, everyone. He has no spatial awareness at all. Sorry, I want to get back to Be Our Guest though. Yeah, so breakfast actually, I'm not sure if they're going to be doing breakfast anymore, which is pretty good because I didn't rate it anyways. Not that they should stop doing breakfast because I didn't rate it, but guys, honestly, the fact that they're not doing it just wasn't very nice. I've definitely had like far better breakfast for the price that we paid, and Luke and I just walked out there and we were like, it's not really worth it. It was sit down, it wasn't buffet. We're not even going to bother talking about it. Let's move on to dinner. So the dinner at Be Our Guest is $70. Again, I'm not in any hurry to eat here. It was okay. It was a sit down meal. I don't know. It just wasn't my thing. It was just, I didn't love it. They pack a lot of people in. You're kind of sitting on top of each other. The food is nice, don't get me wrong. And like I said, Beast, he'll come out and he'll do a walk around. You don't meet him specifically. I just know it's quite a hard reservation to get hold of, but I've struggled to see why. That is just my opinion. I can't... It's a difficult one. It wasn't bad, but it certainly wasn't good, and it doesn't have me sort of like running back there anytime soon thinking like this is where I need to eat. I don't. We didn't go there last year. We didn't go in 2019. Luke and I have only ever eaten there, which was in 2017, and we both kind of walked out and we were like, yeah, it was okay. I know that sounds really picky, and I don't mean to be, but I'm just kind of giving my honest opinion on it. I thought it was a little overpriced for what I got, and obviously like it's about $70, and then you add on your drinks and everything. But I just didn't think the food was amazing. And I just didn't like the vibe in there either. That was 2017, it could have changed, I don't know. But that is my opinion on that. It's just one of those experiences that I kind of think, I don't really remember anything standing out about it. It was just a restaurant, and I think when it comes down to making dining reservations, and I know that some people can't eat in like loads of restaurants because I know that sometimes it's pricey and everything, so when you're trying to pick like the restaurants that are going to really kind of like make an impact on you, what I'm saying is Be Our Guest, it did not make an impact on me. So therefore I wouldn't want somebody to kind of go and eat there thinking like it's going to be like amazing, when I think you could go somewhere else and have like a far better experience. So they are the 3 restaurants that I have eaten in Magic Kingdom. So like I said, that's Crystal Palace, that is Cinderella's Royal Table, and that is Be Our Guest, which is in Beast's Castle. Now, all day, every day, if I was to recommend one of those restaurants for you guys, then I'm going to pick Crystal Palace. Every day, Crystal Palace. That is because the characters are great, the buffet's great, the atmosphere is great, it's fun, it's vibey, and I absolutely love it. Second of all would obviously be Cinderella's Royal Table. I think that's amazing if you have got younger children, or if you just want the experience of eating in Cinderella's castle, then maybe put it on your list just once. I don't think it's somewhere that you need to go every single time. And coming in last, I'm sorry, it's Beast Castle. I didn't rate it and I don't recommend it. But obviously that's up to you guys. You might absolutely love it and I might be way off, but that's just my opinion. So we are going to leave Magic Kingdom and we are going to head over to Epcot. Let's start off with my favourite restaurant in Epcot, and that is Garden Grill. I love this place like so much, honestly. Wow, it is the best. They do the best food, and even though it's not buffet, even though it is table service, it's still amazing. And honestly, I eat here every single time I go. Like, I can't get enough of it. The Mickey waffles, the pastries, the fruit, like absolutely everything is amazing. And also, we go there for breakfast because it's literally right near Soarin'. So then once we finish there, we just head straight to Soarin' and on we get without even touching our Genie Plus or Lightning Lane, or back in the day Fast Pass, because seriously, I'm just more Fast Pass than I am anything else. But anyways, bring it back is what I say, but whatever. So Garden Grill, that is where you meet Mickey, Goofy, Chip and Dale. Like, I love Chip and Dale, they're so cool, they're so funny. Luke and I ate there as a 2 in 2017, and we've also been there with our families as well. And whether you eat there as a pair or whether you eat there as a family, it's not awkward, it's super fun. And I love it. You always get a really nice waitress, really nice server who's absolutely amazing. They kind of give you a little bit of a heads up and tell you when to, when you should maybe get your, when you should, bring it here then. Okay, come here. Stop, come here, stop. It's okay. Excuse us. I'm having a meltdown because another dog walked past the window. Yeah, honestly, what can I say? I love everything about Crystal Palace. I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place because Hunter's now put me off. But yeah, I love everything about eating here. It's just really fun. I always think the food is amazing. I've never had anything but breakfast there either. I don't think I would want to eat there for like dinner or lunch, but breakfast every single time. So it's like $60 per person. But you get so much food, and they will bring you over more food. So it's not a buffet, but it is literally like all you can eat. So they'll bring you over some more if you want some more, or if they see like you're running low, they bring you some more over. The vegetarian skillet, the vegetarian skillet was amazing. And actually when I was there in 2017, Luke had a meat skillet and I had the vegetarian one. Way too much food for me to even consume. But then when I go with my sister, she equally doesn't eat meat, so we kind of share a skillet. Still way too much food. Like, honestly, I don't think I know anyone in my party that's ever had to order more. But hey, that's entirely up to you. Like, fill yourself up. You're on your holidays, absolutely. But I can't rate this restaurant enough. It's super cool. Just everything about it. We all love it. I think we all kind of gravitate to that restaurant for breakfast. We all kind of say like that is the one place that we really, really want to eat. Yeah, just amazing. Just love it. Love the interaction. Love everything about it. I really rate it, if you couldn't tell. The other restaurant that I have eaten in when I've been in Epcot is, now I'm going to get this wrong. I know I'm going to get this wrong, but we're going to touch upon it anyways. I'm going to call it Acacia's. Not too sure. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've only ever eaten here once and I wouldn't eat here again. It was so awkward. Oh my gosh. Luke and I still talk about how awkward it actually was. We ate here in 2017 and it was just the 2 of us, and it's very, very princess orientated. Luke and I felt so out of place. There wasn't another couple in there that didn't have children. And I think, like, honestly, let's touch upon that. That's the great thing about Disney. Like, no one bats an eyelid. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I look out for. I don't kind of look at people and think, like, you don't have kids, you have kids, you don't have kids. Disney for me is for all ages. Like, I will say that time and time again. It's, you know, whether you're 8, whether you're 80, you know, Disney is for you, right? And although I said, like, I felt slightly awkward at Cinderella's Royal Table, I think that was more me just feeling a bit awkward, and because I'd already done that character dining in the morning and then I kind of went back in the evening, and I think that's where it went wrong for me. So maybe if I was just doing the one, like, it would have been okay. But when we went to Acacia's, like, honestly, the vibe was like very different, and I did instantly feel like a little bit out of place because I didn't have a child, and they did like a parade and everything, and I found that super awkward as well. And Luke and I got to a point where we were just like, oh my gosh, like, we don't want to meet the princesses. I know it sounds awful. It's like I'm not embracing the Disney spirit, and I do, like, every time, but there was just something so different about it. The food as well, I didn't rate the food. Now, bearing in mind 2017, that was years ago. I appreciate that, so it really might have changed now, but I didn't like the food at all. I ended up I think I only had like a bowl of granola and yogurt and a couple of pieces of fruit. Like, that was it. So for your, like, I mean, all buffets are pretty much about $60, $59. So that was quite a lot, and that's where I say, like, you're either going to get your money's worth or you're not. We definitely didn't, and I think we were in there for the shortest amount of time, and we definitely left before we saw all the princesses. We couldn't wait to get out of there. We laugh about it even now, about just how awkward it was, and it really was. It wasn't like I'd ever eaten in there again, and I would never eat in there again. It was not for me. However, I think if you've got children, they're gonna love it, and you should totally, yes, eat in there. But no, I just did not like anything about it. I think I got a bit of a feel as we walked in as well when we didn't have a child, and it was just so obvious that like everyone had children and everyone was doing like the walkabout with the princesses, and it just was like, please don't come over here. Like, I just want to eat my fruit and granola, and then I just want to go. But we tried it. You know, you have to try everything, don't you? It just wasn't for me, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely didn't rate it at all. Yeah, just a very, very awkward experience, really. But again, that could just be like the way that I was feeling. You know, I'm not saying that anyone particularly made me feel like that, but it was just very different. So it's just a no from me. But Garden Grill, oh my gosh, please, all day, every day, just everything about it. You have to try it. It's just really good American, like, hoedown kind of food as well, you know? I don't even know what that is, hoedown. Barn dancey kind of thing, but I just love it. So it's just, it gets my vote every time, and I think I just want you guys to love it as well, so that's why I kind of want you guys to go and check it out and see what you think. But honestly, none of my party ever complain when we get that reservation, so yeah, make sure it's on your list. Okay, let's take a trip to Animal Kingdom. I have only ever done one dining reservation at Animal Kingdom, but listen, I'm going to chat to you about it because it's a great dining reservation. Now, if I get the name slightly wrong, I'm going to pronounce it two ways. Not sure which is the correct way, so bear with me. We're going to talk about Tusker or Tusker. Tusker House or Tusker House. Depends how you want to say it. I don't know. I call it Tusker House like literally all the time. Tusker House, all you can eat buffet, very African kind of, well, because you know Animal Kingdom is made up of, like, you know, Asia and Africa and things like that, so the flavors and the vibe of Tusker House is very much like that African and Asian inspiration, and I am so here for it. Like, I love different cuisine. I love Asian food and I love African food, clearly. It is amazing. Like, I absolutely love it. One of the things I love the most is jungle juice. Oh my gosh, you have to go there and try the jungle juice drink. Like, it's amazing. I love it. I have eaten here, let's see, we ate here in 2019 and 2017. Luke and I ate as a pair. Not awkward at all. Absolutely loved it. Brilliant time. We ate there with our party of 10 in 2019. Absolutely loved it. Super vibe, brilliant time. I even got up and did like a little walk around with the characters. Like, I'm all for it, all over it. That's what I mean, not awkward. The characters are Donald, Daisy, literally love meeting Daisy, honestly. And then you've got Mickey and Goofy as well. And they come round and, you know, you have all like the photos and stuff at the table, and then you do the parade, and it's absolutely amazing. I love it. And then you can just go and help yourself to amazing food. I've had breakfast here and I've had lunch as well. In 2017, Luke and I had breakfast. I mean, curry for breakfast. That is like a tick in the box. I thought I was all about the porridge, but clearly not. I'm all about the curry. Loved every second of it. They got curries, they got hummus, they got pasta, they got salads, they got rice, they got couscous. They've literally got everything. That was for breakfast as well. So honestly, it's not just a breakfast menu. It is everything. And it was amazing. You go there for lunch. They've got the same. They've got the curries and the rices and the pasta. Just everything that I absolutely love. I was so full when I come out of there. When I come out of there for lunch, so full. And what do you do once you've eaten like a really big meal and you feel so full and you're at Animal Kingdom? You go on Everest, right? Like, that's just a thing, isn't it? I don't know, but that's what I did. I was like, this is like such a bad idea, but it was cool. I loved it, did it, fabulous. But yeah, I've got so much love for Tusker House, like it's insane, honestly. It's just amazing. Do you know what? I'm gonna do a separate post anyways about like the Disney parks, but like Animal Kingdom, it's such a vibe for me. Like I absolutely love it. I feel so cultured when I go there. Like I literally feel like I'm traveling when I go to Animal Kingdom. It's amazing. So to be able to eat in Tusker House and just the flavors of the food and just the ambiance and just like the character and the vibe is obviously one of my favorite words. I'm so here for it. You have to book it. It's amazing, honestly. Like I said, lunch, breakfast or lunch. The reason I try and get like the early reservations because it doesn't then like take too much time out of the rest of my day. But lunch was good. You know, it's always difficult when you're booking for a larger party. When there's only 2 of you, you can manage to kind of sneak in and get like the reservations a lot easier. But when you're booking for 10, like I usually do on my Florida trips, it does become a little bit harder. But yeah, I've never eaten anywhere else in Animal Kingdom, and I'm sure there are like so many nice dining reservation places, but for me, it's Tusker House every single time. You can't go wrong. Okay, this isn't actually the last one that I want to talk to you about. We're going to head over to Hollywood Studios. Now, this isn't a character dining reservation, but it's somewhere that I have eaten a couple of times and I really rate it and I think it's super fun. So I just want to touch on it before I leave this vlog here. That is, if we're in Hollywood Studios, that is the Sci-Fi Dine-In. I think this is like such a cool place to eat. It's not a buffet, it is a sit-down meal, but let me just tell you about it. So it's got kind of like, so the vibe is like, I believe they used to actually have used to serve in roller skates like way back in the day. They don't now, but that would have been like so cool. But you can book a car. So it's like a drive-in movie basically. So they actually have like a big movie screen and it plays clips of really, really old horror films. For example, The Blob, or The Attack of like the 60-Foot Woman, or just all these random movies like I've never seen in my entire life, but you know, I know that like they're classics in the world of horror, but they're like really old, and like The Man Who Fell to Earth or something, I don't know. They only ever played like snippets of them, you never get like a whole film, but it's just like, it really like sets the scene. So you go in there, they've got that playing, and then they've got cards, which is your table. So it's like 2, a 2 and a 2. And yeah, it's just amazing. You kind of sit there eating, watching the clips on the TV. It is a little bit dark in there, so you can't actually see what you're eating. So for anyone that wants to take photos of their food, don't bother because mine come out rubbish, like so dark. But yeah, it's like, they do like burgers and shakes and chips, and I had some Oriental thing when I went in 2019 and it was really nice. I can't tell you what it was because I don't know because it was so long ago, but let's just say like I wasn't there for the food. I was there more for like the vibe, because we know I love that word by now. So I was definitely there for like, you know, just getting that kind of feeling, and it's such a unique experience as well. Now, I don't think you always get a car. I think there are tables there as well. So it depends on how large your party is. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I do know that Luke and I did get a car in 2017. There were only 2 of us. I can't remember if we had like a random couple in front or behind. I don't know. I should imagine we did, because they're gonna want to maximize like getting enough people in. But it's really cool as well, like they remembered me. They didn't remember me, let's rephrase that. They didn't remember me, but they knew I'd been there before. And I had like this little welcome back card, which was like so cool, because I was like, yes, I've been here before, it's amazing. But just the whole thing, honestly, I can't rate it enough. I've only ever had lunch there, I've never had breakfast. But if you want to do something that's quirky and is a little bit different, I'd say just do that. It doesn't feel like Disney as well. Like sometimes like again, I don't want to be too boring. You guys know that I'm all about Disney. I love it. But equally, I always think stepping away and just having time out is really good. So when I go to Sci-Fi Diner, I don't feel like I'm in Disney. So it kind of gives me that like breather of like, oh, that's really good. And then when I walk out of there, I'm like, right, which ride do we go on next? But whilst I'm in there, I'm just completely zen, completely chilled, and I'm not thinking about my next lightning lane, which is sometimes a bit consuming. But yeah, honestly, I have never eaten anywhere else in Hollywood Studios but there. So I highly rate it. Check out the menu and just see what you guys think. I have to say that with everything that I've spoken about today, these are just my opinions, and you know I'm a bit jumpy all over the place, like chat. I love to chat. That's my biggest problem. It's just like my mind just gets carried away and I'm like, oh, I have to talk about this and I have to talk about that. So hopefully I have kind of kept it in a little bit of structure, and I do apologize if I haven't. But yeah, these are just my views, and I'm so here for the fact that we all have like so many different views. Like you guys might not like the places that I've mentioned, or you guys might have completely different, you know, recommendations, and I would love to hear them. So just like drop me a message. I would love to hear where you guys eat when you're in Disney, because I am planning a Disney trip, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully next year maybe, fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm just here for it. I live through other people's like travels as well. So if you guys are heading off to Florida this year and you've got a vlog, I would love to follow it, because I just love it. Anything to do with Disney, anything to do with travel, like I'm here for. But like I said, these are just my opinions. It's really, you have to know that with the character dining reservations, with any reservation, with any restaurant that I have mentioned to you today, you have to book it. Please do not just turn up and think that you can get in. I just don't want you to be disappointed. So definitely go on your little Disney app, book it. It got to a point like we would make so many dining reservations and then like try and better them and cancel them. Please don't forget to cancel them, because obviously there are other people out there that would love to have your dining reservation as well. But it's just about kind of being on the ball and just making sure that you know where you want to eat. So do the research first. You know, we always do our research, because me not eating meat, my sister being like super fussy, we always like to research and make sure that there's things on there, the menu, that we're all gonna like. But I think as well, now I've eaten in quite a few of the restaurants, I kind of have my favourites, so I know where I want to go and I know where I want to eat. So I'm a bit like, I like to stick to the same thing basically. But the restaurants that I've mentioned to you today are honestly, I rate them very highly. So I hope that you have got a little bit of help from what I've been chatting about today. And I'm sorry if I've just rambled on about my love for restaurants, food and Disney for like the last hour or so. But I would love, yeah, I'd love for you guys to kind of like check them out. And like I said, if you've got any questions for me, like I'm so here to like help and answer them. Not like a Disney specialist or anything like that, just a girl that just loves to go on holiday to Disney, to Florida, just loves to travel and spread my wings as and when I can. I hope you found this helpful, and yeah, just drop me a message if you've got any questions. In the meantime, please, I would love it so much if you would just give my video a little thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, just subscribe, because honestly it will make me super happy. But check out some of my other vlogs as well. I will have more coming once I figure out what I'm doing for my holidays and stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep chatting about what I like to chat about the most, which is Disney. So do stay tuned for more Disney vlogs coming your way, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for checking in. I've been Lifestyle Lisa, and I will catch up with you guys soon.